Hi there, Capricorn Healing Grasshopper, here to do your weekly reading for August 27th to the 24th. We've got Temperance. So the message right away, without pulling anything else out, um, and seeing what the supporting cards are, the first thing I heard was even keel and take it easy. Um, Along with temperance also comes the word patience often in my readings. So there's got to be a level of you actively keeping the balance in things. Okay, in relationships. Three of Cups. Okay, so um yeah, I gotta say I'm a little surprised to see this here. Only because lately I've been getting a lot of readings for everyone, for the collective, where it's less situational and more like forecast of the atmosphere of the energy changing, you know, like manifestation and supportive energy is helping you build new things. Like if you follow me, you know what I'm talking about. But here we have a situational thing here that you are going to need to be the smart person here, Capricorn. There is a situation with among friends here that you are foreseeing is going to happen. Not reverse. Okay. I'm glad to see it. The opportunity for gain here for you. This is something that might turn out well for you. It doesn't necessarily mean that it's going to turn out well for everyone. Maybe. The only reason why I'm saying that is because of the energy, the feeling that I had when I first brought out this first temperance card here was almost like mediating a situation, you know, like smoothing something out. But let's see how this progresses. Yeah, Knight of Swords. Okay. So Knight of Swords. In this context, it's talking about, especially in a diagonal line with temperance, is like acting before you think, right? And that's why temperance is here. It's like, whoa, take it easy, assess the situation, and make sure things are balanced before they progress. And then here is the Knight of Swords supporting what I'm talking about, because the Knight of Swords is, let's not forget, swords is air, right? This is about thinking. And then this is one of those really super fast cards. Look at how swiftly he's galloping here, and he's moving. See the clouds even look jagged here. And then you have these trees blowing in the wind. This is swift movement here, right? So Knight of Swords is one to act before he thinks, you know, and it can also point to quick thinking, and sometimes it can be a good thing, but attached to temperance here, there's a caution here, like make sure that you're thinking first before you make any decisions or before you even open your mouth is another thing. Um, I'm glad to see this upright and not reversed because that would really be a problem. Reversed, especially under the Three of Cups, would be like no one's thinking before they open their mouths. They're, talking out of their asses and saying harsh words and that kind of sharp tongues and that kind of thing, insulting people and saying things that they shouldn't. But it's upright, so it's a milder version of what I just said, where people might have foots in their mouths. People might blurt out things that they were supposed to keep quiet. Um, People were getting into other people's business. Like there's potential discord here from people not thinking. Wheel of Fortune, you see, reversed. Yeah, right. So yeah. So I was talking about the Knight of Swords reversed. Knight of Swords and Wheel of Fortune reversed is the same message. It's the same as this being reversed because we've got thinking, acting before we think, and bad karma, right? And you see, this. This is kind of like someone in your friend group is doing something and gossiping or something, doing something that you're observing, and you're like, oh, this is not good. This is not going to end well. Let's not do that or whatever. And but Spirit is saying your 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 karma is clean, right? You have the Ace of Pentacles here. You're okay. But there's someone here. See how it's under the Three of Cups? There's someone here doing things that they shouldn't, and they're really going to step in it. And you see them about to step in it. There's a quick story that I use a lot with my friends. Um, it's a very old analogy from, gosh, at least 20 years I've been telling this, where and this was when I first started telling this, I didn't realize I was an empath, and there was a lot about me that I didn't understand that I do now. But anyway, where I have been put into situations over and over again in my friend circle or family or whatever, where I will see things, you know, coming down the line, like, and I always likened it to being on the train tracks and seeing the train coming, right? And I will tell people the train is coming, the train is coming, the train is coming, the train is coming, right? And finally the train hits them. And then, I go on further with the story where I've learned to, warn people about the train, and then I step off the tracks, you know, satisfied that I made myself clear that the train was coming. And then I save myself. If you're not going to do it for their self, I'm going to do it for myself and get the hell off the tracks. And then the train hits them and they're like, what happened? I told you the train was coming, right? So this is what I'm talking about here, where you are going to be in a situation where you are going to advise someone not to do something and they're going to do it anyway. They're not listening to you. And it does not turn out well for them. Okay. Reverse? No. And the Queen of Cups. Neither of these are reversed, Spirit says. Yeah. So whatever occurs is going to be like wham, bang. For some of you, this is like really like witnessing a horrendous fight, that kind of thing, where you really, like I said, are going to have to step off the train tracks, Capricorn. You know, you've done your work already. You've warned everybody to take it easy or do whatever, and they're not listening to you. Time to step back. Queen of Cups. Queen of Cups is the most important card. So far, the most important card for you here. Queen of Cups is talking about you are going to need to look out for your own best interest here. And this is a huge reminder for me that I am talking to a whole lot of empaths because I know I attract light workers and empaths especially, right? And empaths tend to, when they're in the moment and dealing with people that they care about, their own best interest goes out the window, right? And they're focused on the matter at hand in their friend group and trying to save them off the damn train tracks, right? But we are always moving towards being better and better skilled empaths. And a skilled empath knows better. We don't let other people's messes become our own. We can do our best to advise people and tell people what we see, but, you know, the horse isn't always going to drink when we lead them to the trough, so it's nothing we can do about it. So, right? So back to this. Things are going to happen swiftly. There's going to be a big melee. Train's going to come, hit some folks, you know, people flying everywhere, right? But Capricorn is going to be on the platform and not on the train tracks, right? Because Queen of Cups is about protecting one's hearts, right? But with a wider meaning here. It's slightly different. In this context, it's your own interest. Oh boy. Three of Pentacles reversed? No. Okay. Now, this is very interesting here because we've got the Three of Pentacles, which is about respect and dignity. Okay. This is a master craftsman here with patrons approaching him to commission him to do something for them or asking advice or that kind of thing, right? So, and that's why he is positioned slightly above them because it's all this symbology of exaltation, right? This person is, it's not that he's necessarily above the patrons, but in the way that he is elevated in his craft and has a skill that these two don't have, right? So, anyway, what this means for you is in the end, you are going to come out of this unscathed and smelling fresh, Look at this line here. Remember what we talked about here with temperance, even keel and patience and that kind of thing, and balancing things. And we've got the melee here, or the loose lips, or whatever it is, of the people in your friend group. But here you are in the outcome. This is kind of like people coming to you like, what happened? What did they say? Who said that? Was it this person or that person? Like, the people are going to come to you for an accurate account of what happened, because we've got loose lipped people here and people who are talking nonsense and, like I said, talking out of their asses. So people are going to come to you to hear the voice of reason now after all of this, right? But still, it's in this line with temperance. So I, of course, can't tell you what to say, but I'm going to tell you to be truthful. Try not to, yeah, it's next to the Queen of Cups here. Guys, don't try and to protect anyone that effed up just to protect them. Like, someone did a thing and you witnessed it, you warned them not to do it, right? And then afterwards, you're asked about what happened. Tell the truth. Be like, I'm sorry, this is what happened, A, B, and C. Because if you don't tell the truth, this is under the Wheel of Fortune here. So it's attached to you. And let's not forget that there are three people here. We've got Three of Cups. This involves all of you, but especially you, too. I'm sorry. I know I'm talking in circles here, but that as long as you are plain about what really happened, nothing can touch you. Whoever this is that did what they did can be mad at you for a moment for telling the truth, but they know that they can't. They they know that they can't, because they know that they effed up. They know that you told them not to do it. So it's not, they cannot have the audacity to expect you to protect them for what you told them not to do. You understand? Page of Cups. That's interesting. Reversed? No. Yeah. I had to take a moment to absorb this card. I am not getting anything new from the Page of Cups that what I got from here. My eyes went straight to the lotuses on his I don't know what you would call this. top that he's wearing here. Um, Tunic? I don't know what you would call that. But anyway, lotuses rise out of the mud, right? So, and then it's also attached to the whole smelling good. Like I said, you coming out smelling like roses here. You rising out of a bad situation. Let's see what the clarification cards tell me. Wait, is this okay? Are these our cards? All three? I mean, four? All of them. Okay. Yeah. You, you damn Skippy the Hermit. Justice, Ace of Cups, and the Hangman. Hangman reversed? No. Okay. That makes a lot of sense. So, first of all, the Hermit, right? It's in between Temperance and the Three of Cups. Three of Cups is the friend group. This is the group that's going to have this fight or whatever. And by the way, it doesn't need to be necessarily three people. It can be more than three people. This is talking about a group of people who are friends. We're friendly with each other. The hermit here is emphasizing you. It's like it is removing you, out, plucking you out of this Three of Cups here. This is screaming out at you what I said before about you standing your ground and not allowing yourself to stay on the train tracks, like I said before, right? You are going to protect your own best interests here. So this is the hermit following his moral spiritual compass here. Justice. And look at the diagonal here with the group here, Three of Cups, Justice, Wheel of Fortune. This is clearly saying be careful, Capricorn, and follow your own moral compass because you're going to be mixed up in some shit that's not going to turn out well. Ace of Cups attached to the Ace of Pentacles. And there's another diagonal here, the Ace of Pentacles, Ace of Cups, and the Queen of Cups here. This is about you again, protecting it. If you protect your own best interests, you will be fine. And not only that, but you stand to benefit from that in some way too, because I didn't mean to mention before these two pentacle cards here. This is talking about some kind of benefit that you can gain from this. And I know listen, if non Capricorns were listening to this, or even your friends listening to this, like, oh, that's selfish. That's not cool that, you know, Capricorn tries to profit from this. And by profit, I don't necessarily mean actual money. By profit, I mean gain something from it. Who knows? It may be money. I'm not sure. But you've got something material, you've got material and emotional here being protected. So it could be something like a fine that you avoided that the other folks have to pay, but you don't. And you coming out feeling just fine, you know. This can be, for some reason, I just saw uh, jail cell bars. right? Because I look down here too. Um, let's say there's a fight and a bunch of your friends are in jail, but you're not. And that night they're in jail with fines. You go home just fine and feeling fine. You're not upset about anything. You're satisfied that you did the right thing. Like there's no skin off your back. You're okay. That's what this is all about. We need two more. This is a very specific scenario, guys. Um, the worlds. Okay. So, we didn't talk about the hanged man either. This is a very powerful line here with the balance and foresight and maneuvering for yourself. And spirit is continuing to remind me that there's needs to be a focus on you and your well-being. You can do your best to give people advice, but that's all you could do. Don't involve yourself. Then there's following your compass, like I said. But now we have the world card here, which is talking about, and the three of pentacles here too, which is talking about growth. And the three of cups to some degree, because the three of the cups are about growth. The world is about changing paradigms and moving, improving your life and um kind of, yeah, switching paradigms. I have a vision of like a river, of a changing current, right? And then the hangman is here talking about your perspective and the way you look at this, attached to the three of pentacles, which is about really standing in your power and in that moment recognizing who you are and really having a good, solid perspective on what's happening. But not just having a perspective, the hermit's here too, absorbing this spiritually so that you have kind of a permanent, I want to say notch, like a permanent lesson that you've learned in life that you can take with you moving forward. This is going to strengthen you, is the only other way I can put it. One more, at least one more. Making a mess. Well, the Empress. Yeah. Yeah, man. The Empress, for those who follow me, no. I always say this when I pull out the Empress. Remember who you are. And some of that message was over here too. You are the Empress. You do not stoop to all of this garbage that you're going to witness. An Empress may witness garbage, but an Empress is not going to get off of her throne and get herself and this beautiful long robe mucked up in the sewer, right? She's going to stay in her throne and exalted where she belongs. You understand? So I think that you get the message, guys. Stay out of the garbage is the message. Um, this is a very specific scenario, guys. Let me know how this plays out. And I just heard the end of the week. This is going to be more towards the end of the week than the beginning of the week for most of you. It may be brewing right now, right? You may be talking to people because the three of wands is here. So this is you foreseeing things. Um, so you may be in the talks right now, like, no, I wouldn't do that if I were you. That doesn't sound like a good idea, you know? And your friend's like, well, I'm going to go over there and kick their ass or whatever. And you're like, yeah, let's not do that or whatever. And then the big incident is probably going to happen towards the end of the week, starting the next week. Anyway, so tell me how this resonates, guys. I'm really interested in this one. I'm interested in all of them, truth be told, but this one especially. Um, I of course, I'm sorry, I'm like tripping over my words. I of course, um, am never going to lie to you about how much I want to improve my relationship with this algorithm. The algorithm has been kicking my butt and leaving me in the dust. And I know I'm not the only content creator, but anyway, do comments help me with the algorithm? It does. But I really ask you for comments because it helps me with my morale. You know, I feel like I'm not just speaking to myself, number one. There are people actually listening and getting something out of this. So hearing what you get out of it is just a boost for me and keeps me going. So you'd be doing me a favor by doing this. I answer every single comment. So if you have something on your mind, be very sure. Usually within the first 2 days, I'll answer. But if not, because it is summer, I'm doing a lot of things. Within the week, I'll be getting back to you. Okay? Please like and subscribe. I'm trying to get to 1,000 subscribers and beyond. It's a very, very quick gesture that costs you nothing, but really helps the channel out a lot. So I thank you in advance. If you are really inclined to helping me, checking out my playlists, because I've made a lot of tidy playlists for you. Um, Putting a playlist on autoplay and putting it on in the background as background noise while you're doing your chores or whatever during the day, and even while you're sleeping would really help me out because watch hours are everything to content creators. It helps grow the channel. Also, I'm assuming this is your sun sign you're watching. You can benefit from watching your sun, moon, and, well, sun, yes, your moon rising and north node signs. If you don't know what those are, you can easily find out what they are for free online. Just Google calculate my blank sign, you find out what they are. You come back here and listen to the corresponding videos, and you'll have plenty of useful messages that way as well. Um, I want to give a shout out to all of my viewers. For the small amount of viewers that I've been getting lately, I appreciate every single one of you. The American viewers, I love you. Thank you for your support. My other English speaking supporters, UK, Australia, Canada, I see you and I appreciate you as well. What's really mind blowing to me is looking into the analytics and the language section and seeing um, Hindi speakers, uh, Brazilian Portuguese speakers, Spanish speakers, Tagalog, my Filipinos. Shout out to you guys, all of you. Thank you for watching. But I really want to emphasize if you would please bear with the subtitles for now. At some point when the channel grows, I will start dubbing my videos in your languages, but it's very, very expensive. So let's grow the channel first, and then at some point you'll be able to listen to my messages instead of having to read the subtitles. But for now, please bear with them. I will speak to all of you soon. Love, light, and many blessings.